All right. Hello and welcome to the Three Geeks Podcast. We're on episode 126. We're going to be discussing Deadpool tonight and a few other things. Of course, Margot Kidder passed. We'll be talking about that a little bit. And we got a couple other not so fun topics that I just kind of came up with on the fly. With me tonight.
Fun topics.
Joining me today, I'm Max. We got Dan and Mike from McGTV. Let's get the shameless plugs out of the way. You can try audibletrial.com/3geeks. Check it out for all your audiobook needs. They've got over 180,000 possible titles for you to choose from. If your house is just stacked with books and you just got no more possible room to cram any more books in, if you are moving and you don't want your friends, you're a nice person, you don't want your friends to have to lift all of your 10,000 pounds of books, then check out Audible, give it a try. You get lots of celebrities reading books and reading books to you, and it's just a lot less work than actually picking up the thing and paging through it. So give them a try. www.audibletrial.com/3geeks. Check out our good friend Mike, who has joined us today from Mike McGTV on the YouTube. Arc Matter, always shouting you out. Hoping to see you at the con coming up. We've got John from the PVD cast. We're gonna hopefully have we still haven't found out all the particulars on the Remake Revolution live again, so we're hoping we can get that. We want to do the rematch with John and dude from Staunch Ambition.
Brian.
Yes, Brian, there it is.
I got ideas. I'll send you guys messages soon.
Awesome. So hopefully we can get all that stuff going, and you guys can see us live June 8th through the 10th at the Wizard World Columbus Comic-Con, and that's going to be a lot of fun. We always have a blast there. And so let's get it started. Mike, if you want, can you do us the honors of the Margot Kidder? You want to say a few nice words about Margot Kidder?
Mike has to go last because we can't compare.
No. I just only want Mike to say things.
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna forego all the bullshit.
Okay, cut straight to the chase.
Well, that's when they ended up in a box, so I don't know.
Yeah, the last time I did that, it got really dark. So, but Margot Kidder, yeah, you might know her best known as Lois Lane from the Christopher Reeve era of Superman films. Passed away last week at, I believe, 69 was how old she was. And much like Carrie Fisher, she struggled a lot in Hollywood with regards to her own mental wellness and addiction, but also she was very forthcoming about all that, much like Carrie Fisher. In fact, there was a point where I kind of forgot that her and Carrie Fisher were two different people. And so, but that's what I kind of appreciated about her as a person. Whenever I heard about her in like interviews or heard her talk in interviews or see her show up in other stuff, was she was just very genuine. You felt like she was a very genuine person. And you see that a lot in her Lois Lane, in even like the first Superman movie. And now, from a character standpoint, I don't really like that iteration of Lois Lane so much, but Margot Kidder definitely salvages it for me because she has a lot of wit and a lot of spunk to her that otherwise would have let it be just your stereotypical Lois Lane is doting on Superman and ignoring Clark, but she gives that a little bit more personality and pizzazz. So I was really appreciative of that. And yeah, I mentioned it on my Twitter. When she gets up to Paradise, hopefully Chris is there with a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice ready for her, just the way she likes it, as she mentioned in Superman 2. I'm such a nerd. But be at peace, Carrie Fisher. Or not Carrie. Oh, be at peace, Carrie Fisher.
They are the same person.
and Margot Kidder. Margot Kidder showed up for a little bit on Smallville as an assistant to Christopher Reeve's character as well. So that was cool, and it was cool having a Lois Lane, Lois Lane, Lana Lang reunion because Annette O'Toole played Lana Lang in Superman 3. I'm just rambling right now because I've been drinking. God rest your soul, Margot Kidder, and be at peace.
All right, good. Got the eulogies out of the way.
That works great. All right.
All right, so I've got an interesting bit of news. I don't know if any of you guys have had the chance to read Cowboy Ninja Viking. But,
I don't know, but it sounds great.
Yeah, so it's like they build they're not build an assassin. There's an assassin who has like 3 personalities, and one of them is a cowboy, one of them is a ninja, one of them is a Viking, and like
you've mentioned this before, yeah.
So the other assassins have different personalities that they use in whatever scenario to complete their missions. But they're making a movie out of it. It's going to be starring Chris Pratt, and they had to get new writers. and this is the news. The guys that they picked are Dan Mazzeo, who wrote Wrath of the Titans, the remake. And the other guy is Ryan Angle, and he is in charge of The Commuter and Nonstop with Liam Neeson. So that's Taking the Train Back and Taking the Plane Back, and Rampage. So I'm just wondering, how shitty was the original? Right?
The Rock's Rampage or
Yes.
Uwe Boll's Rampage?
No.
Oh, there you go.
It's not that bad.
Uwe Boll wrote Uwe Boll's Rampage.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Just want to make sure it wasn't like a pseudonym or something.
But I'm just like, how terrible did the first guy have to be where they got these guys and like, yes, this is a noted improvement.
Great.
Maybe the first writer was Uwe Boll.
It would have to be. But yeah, Dan, how do you, okay, would you be interested in going to see Cowboy Ninja Viking, and are you still interested after hearing this?
I mean, I kind of want to see it just because of the name. I won't lie. I did want to see the Rampage movie, but I didn't. It's just I put a lot of quarters in that thing. Okay. But I would go see it based on the name. I would read the comic based on the name as well.
Yeah, I haven't picked it up yet, but yeah, I was interested just solely on the title. But I'm down for ninjas all the time anyway.
I mean, if it was plural, if it was like Cowboy Ninja Vikings, and there was a whole bunch of them, I would be more enthused. But that's just me.
Mike, how you feeling? You
honestly, when you mentioned the work that those guys had done previously, that was a very schizophrenic team up, I think, because Wrath of the Titans is a snooze fest. I haven't seen Nonstop all the way through. I thought it was fine, and I haven't seen The Commuter. But from what I gather, those are actually just solid action flicks. Nothing great, but they're serviceable. That might just be because, though, they're Liam Neeson action vehicles, and Liam Neeson is able to do that stuff in his sleep. So I feel this is going to come down, honestly, to Chris Pratt. Like, will he be enough of a leading man screen presence to be able to kind of take this silly premise and just make it work really well? I mean, the script might be written tight. It might be a train wreck, but like Dan mentioned with Rampage, which I also haven't seen, but I hear people just love the stupidity of it. It doesn't need to be well written.
I'm kind of hoping for a train wreck. That's why I would go see it.
Commuter was a train wreck. But I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, oh, they got some new writers, and I was hoping for maybe some comic book writers or something like that. But
keep dreaming on that one, dude.
Alan Moore brings you.
Oh, dude, don't
Maybe when they do the animated Cowboy Ninja Viking direct-to-video movie, they'll get some comic book writers.
Bruce Timm brings you.
I'm down.
I'm down for that. Yeah.
It's worth a shot. Not everything Bruce Timm does is gold, but I mean, he's at like 98% right now.
Most of it is.
Yeah. It'll come down to Chris Pratt for me. Like, yeah, there have been movies that have been elevated more by their star power than they have by their concept or script for me. So maybe he can pull it off if they let him pull it off.
All right. Now, speaking of guys who have to pull stuff off, Deadpool 2 came out.
Oh God! All right.
I think I made Mike cheap beer up his nose.
Okay, if we had post-production, I would like to change the camera.
Oh man, the sad thing was I knew as soon as I said I knew that was a segue.
Tony Stark built this
in a game.
Fuck
all right, so segue into the major theme of the evening. Deadpool 2 came out for starring Ryan Reynolds, Morena Baccarin, the guy who plays Colossus, and some other people.
The guy who plays Colossus. Fair enough.
Can't wait for that to be his when he shows up at Wizard World. Not even like his name. The guy who plays Colossus. Just in a mocap suit with a cap on his head.
Yeah, dude, he's got all the little balls all over him.
Yeah. They just put him next to Gollum. It's fine.
Yeah, it'll be great. So yeah, no, I went and saw Deadpool 2. I had a blast. I liked it a lot. Before we get into too much spoilery stuff, yeah, Dan, how did you feel?
I haven't seen it yet. So.
What?
Yeah, sorry. I was gonna go yesterday and I fell asleep instead. My bad.
Oh my God.
But you gentlemen can converse about this, and I will happily listen.
All right, Mike, how did you feel about Deadpool
2? Yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was fine. I don't feel it's any better than the first Deadpool, but it's not worse. It's just kind of continuing it on at an even pace, and I'm fine with even pace.
Yeah, that's what I had a bunch of people ask me if it was better or worse than the first one, and I was like, I honestly can't answer that question. It's not really, any. And I guess it's better in the sense where I feel like there were more jokes and there was a couple more surprises that happened in this one. But yeah, in all honesty, like the writing is still like the same level. It's just a lot of like raunchy, fun jokes, and the action, the CG didn't get hurt too much. I felt by like the extra characters and all the extra craziness that they had to go had going on. Yeah, it's really much just on par with the last one, which is good because the first Deadpool was a solid flick. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Spoilers. Okay, we're going into spoilers. It's already happening.
Are you earmuffing, Dan? Or are you just gonna be like, whatever, I'm in it?
I don't care. I mean, I only really care about one spoiler, and that's if the regular Joe dude turned out to be the one British secret agent guy.
No, Pete is just a regular fucking dude.
Peter W.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
what British secret agent guy.
No, there was I think Film Theory posted it, but it was
of course.
Yeah, I know. But they had tracked it to the guy. God damn it! The British version of Captain America and like the West Coast Avengers.
Oh,
there was a secret
Captain
agent
Britain?
dude. Yeah. There was a secret agent dude that was like Peter started with a W. I forget now.
No,
but
it's not him.
Yeah, and he was supposed to have liked things on his Facebook and shit that made him sound like that character, but I don't know.
Nah.
That's all I really care about. I know it's Deadpool doing Deadpool things. So.
No, it's a lot of fun. Deadpool, they kill the girlfriend in like the first 10 minutes of the movie, and the whole movie is basically Deadpool like trying to figure out like what his life is about. Now that she's gone, and he like aspires to become like a better person or whatever the fuck. There was a few times in the movie where like Ryan Reynolds like had to do some real acting, and I dug that. I thought it was cool. And like right when she dies and all this stuff, and then he's kind of like going through the depression afterwards. And he does it in a very Deadpool way. He tries to kill himself by like just lighting his whole apartment. He like fills it up with all kinds of gasoline and chemicals, and just, you know, throws a cigarette in there and lets it all go up in flames. But of course he lives. Fire Fist is the kid he Deadpool kind of gets attached to, and he's trying to protect him from Cable, who's coming back in time to kill him because the kid kills his family in the future, and yada yada. Now, time travel is generally something I cannot stand in any medium. I feel like it's always the cop out, but I think they handled it pretty well. Like, Mike, how are you feeling about the time travel aspect?
It's fine when it's Deadpool because nothing, you know, they're not, even though it's a serious story, they're making fun of the fact that it's a serious story. So I was cool with it. In fact, I was thinking of Looper when that reveal came along. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So it's basically like Looper, and I was kind of surprised they didn't say that it was like Looper in the film. Yeah,
there's no obligatory freaking Looper joke, but it was good. I liked Josh Brolin as Cable a lot.
Yeah, he was really good.
I didn't think I was going to. And you know, obviously he's already got that Thanos money, so I didn't know why he was there.
I don't know why. This is such a little thing, but I like that at one point in the movie, Deadpool, I say this in my review, which it isn't up yet because I'm waiting on something to make it a really special review. But I say something to the effect of when Deadpool's laying out the plan to get the kid off that convoy, and he says, watch out for Cable, even though he is like astonishingly only 5'11". Because, you know, in the comics, he's always this big, towering, hulking brute with the pads and the shoulder, you know, things in it. And pouches. So many pouches. But then when you see him in, like, group shots walking alongside Ryan Reynolds, like, Ryan Reynolds dwarfs Cable. He's like, like, here's Ryan Reynolds and here's Cable on him. It's, like, hilarious to me. It was just a little thing, but it made me laugh. There's a lot of heart in this movie, more so than the first one, I feel.
Yeah, because like this one is really more about, like, you know, again, Deadpool like trying to be better in his Deadpool way, but he's still trying to, you know, like grow as a person to, you know, because he tries to kill himself, and there's a cool little like dream sequence sort of where he's trying to get to I can't even remember the girlfriend's name in the movie now.
Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa. He's trying to get to Vanessa, but there's a wall. There's an invisible wall in between them, and she's like, "Your heart's not in the right place." So he's trying to grow and making a very big attempt at it. So yeah, this movie does have a lot more, like, you know, gets you a little bit more in the feels where.
And honestly, there's stuff that could have gone off as really silly to me, but I genuinely had an emotional response to. Like the last time he visits her in the afterlife. And you start to hear that acoustic rendition of "Take on Me" in the background. I'm like, at first I was like, "This is Take on Me," and then I'm like, "This is really working." I'm like, "This is working way too well."
Nice.
So I think it balances out like the heavy stuff with the laughs better than a comedy recently I've seen. I feel it does that really well. And then you said he does some real acting. It's like, yeah, that last kind of speech he gives the kid, at first it starts off funny, but then he gets really, really like heartbroken talking to this kid.
Yeah, it's good. X-Force. So this is the first screening of X-Force. We've got oh god, what was Terry Crews's guy? Bedlam,
Domino, Shatterstar. I forget the name of
Vanisher.
Vanisher.
Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist, that was the other one. And Peter. Are
we gonna count Mulhinder or Dopinder? Sorry.
Well, he didn't drop in with him, did he? No,
he didn't drop in, but he does come back and help the team out. So
yeah,
I feel like we should include Dopinder.
At the end of that, I wasn't considering whoever was left at the end X-Force. I'm like, yeah, that's just the Deadpool family at that point. Like, I'm not calling them X-Force because I feel that was the joke in the movie was, okay, we're gonna throw in X-Force here, and then they do what they do with X-Force, and it's hilarious. And I laugh.
Oh,
and
man.
Brad Pitt showed up for 2 seconds.
Yes, Brad Pitt plays the Vanisher, who you don't see at all right up until he. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna spoil it because it's great. It's one of the best scenes in the whole thing. It's a good left turn, something you don't see coming. So yeah, X-Force gets together. They go through the whole plan about how they're gonna take this convoy out to save the kid Fire Fist, and pull him out there and save him from Cable. And so like the whole team's ready. They all jump out of the plane. They're like, oh, it's extremely high winds. So like everybody gets blown all over the place. Like, but then like the Vanisher lands on some power lines. Fucking Zeitgeist, who I'd never heard of before this, but he spits acid. He ends up in a wood chipper. But then Shatterstar lands on a helicopter about to take off, so he gets chopped into little bits.
Which is fine by Deadpool, because Deadpool's like, he was a douchebag anyways.
Yeah, fuck that guy. But and then Pete, who's trying to save
he lands safely, then he tries to save Zeitgeist, but then gets pulled into the wood.
No, Zeitgeist
he
spits acid blood all over him because
that's right.
He's getting eaten up by the wood chipper, and he's just like, and it goes all over Pete, and then he dies.
that whole sequence is so much funnier now, because if you look back on the trailers, they show action scenes with Shatterstar, with Bedlam, with all these characters actually, and I'm like, they just shot those scenes just to fuck with the audience, just to be like, you'll see X-Force in action, and then nothing.
Yeah, that's what I love. Yeah, I love it. It's the same sort of little thing they did with. It's even better than what they did with the Hulk, like in the Infinity War trailers, because like you see the Hulk on the big war scene, and then he's not really there. But yeah, no, this is awesome. Just because like I was like, oh man, here we go with this team up movie, and then they kill 80% of the team on their first mission out, and it is just really, really awesome. I like oh god, I can't remember that guy's name, but he's from that internet, the show where the guys are internet guys.
Oh, TJ Miller.
Yeah, he's good as the sarcastic best friend, and like Cable gets a hold of him, and he just spills his guts about everything he knows like right away. he's like,
what? Cable's like, I'll be surprised. He's like, you'll be surprised how much pain the body can endure. There are different levels. Like level 1, I just try to find things that don't bend and make them bend. Level 2, and he's like, stop. I won't even make it past level 1. Here's what they're doing. It's like,
yeah, it's great. I mean, they kind of just like, it's a conventional movie, but they don't do anything in the conventional way with this team up.
Yeah, speaking of that, don't take your kids to see this. Please.
Please take your children to see this. Please.
Okay. Okay. I tried to. No, just because it goes for some gags that are. I was like, oh, cool. We're actually gonna do that gag. Baby dick. That's great.
So in the first movie, Deadpool gets his hand cut off, and you got a little baby hand, and this time he gets ripped in half by the surprise appearance of the Juggernaut, which is also another awesome cameo. Or yeah, I'm gonna call it cameo. He's in the movie. Juggernaut's there, and that's freaking awesome. It's a good pull. So yeah, Deadpool gets ripped in half by the Juggernaut, and he's got to grow his legs back. So he's just sitting on his couch. He's not wearing pants, and he's growing his legs back. He's got
CGI baby legs.
Yeah. I'm like, it's like that episode of Rick and Morty where they're watching freaking international cable, and the guy is on the police force, and he's got baby legs, and he has to have the partner with regular legs.
Every time someone walks, a new person, like, because everyone walks into this scene. So you got like Dopinder, then you got Domino, then you got Weasel, that's TJ Miller, right. Then you got Cable coming, and everyone, whenever they come in, have that same response to seeing his baby legs just sitting there. full-grown man torso and baby legs, but he's not wearing pants. It's weird. You're in for a treat, Dan.
That's fine. I mean, I want to see this more now that you guys have talked about it. So,
my favorite, probably like little thing coming out of the movie was the "Holy Shitballs," the Juggernaut song.
Oh yeah. That was pretty fun.
If you stay till the very end, they play it again at the very end of the credits.
Holy shitballs!
It's the Juggernaut! Holy shitballs! Holy shitballs! Fucking, it's great.
I will admit, apparently Ryan Reynolds did the motion capture and voice work for Juggernaut as well. Huh. I was a little disappointed that it wasn't Vinnie Jones. I did like Vinnie Jones as the Juggernaut, but it was just wasted Vinnie Jones as Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everything in those X-Men movies is pretty much just wasted talent and wasted time.
I mean, like I said, I thought he fit the bill right for that character. It would have been cool just to hear his voice again, but whatever. I was like, I like it just fine. Did you know who it was when they alluded to him first in that big ball of foreshadowing? Where you're like, oh yeah, I know who that is.
No, it was like the big monster. I was like, because there's like 10 different people it could have been.
I was like, you have Colossus in here. Colossus has to take on another, because he fought what's her name in the first one, right? Angel. Right. Yeah. I'm like, if he's coming back, you gotta have him fight someone who's equally as powerful. I'm like, it's gonna be Juggernaut. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I dug it for sure. I like the X-Men cameo. The X-Mansion is actually full of X-Men for once.
Well, no, but they're all hiding in that one room, which is funny.
Right, and they shut the door.
It happens so fast. And so Beast, it's the dude who plays Beast open up the door, and he's like, or he sees the door open, he's just like, was McAvoy there? I didn't see him.
I thought he was. I haven't seen it again, so I've only seen it the one time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure McAvoy was there.
I saw Beast. I saw Cyclops. Yeah. I think I saw Storm.
Yes, and McAvoy were all in the room.
Okay, cool. I'm like, wow.
So yeah, that was really cool. So the X-Mansion actually had X-Men in it.
I mean, that's cool too. It's a joke that pays off from the first movie that doesn't explicitly state that it's from the first movie. Like it just kind of returns again briefly, and then all of a sudden there they are. It's like, oh.
And I like the because Deadpool decides, after Vanessa dies, he's gonna join the X-Men to try to find the heart that he's missing, and they hand him this freaking trainee jersey that he's got to wear. So it's like, it says X on the front and it's got trainee really big on the back. And I was like, why would you even have that?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That's good. And I dug this movie a lot. I had a lot of fun. It's exactly what within the first movie, it's exactly what they promised you in that style and because it did have some troubles in the beginning there with the the money issues and the director issues. And I'll
say this, it doesn't look like they spent more money. It looks like they spent the same amount of money that they spent on the first one.
And I feel like that only hurts them in a couple of scenes where some crazy shit's going on and you can tell it's CG like super hard and it's not the best, but it doesn't take away from the movie.
And in a movie like this, where the character at any point could just say, it's like, yeah, that's or he says it, he's like, get ready for a big CG fight.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's fine in a movie like this where they acknowledge their faults and flaws. It's like, yeah, cool. I'll take that.
Did you notice the Juggernaut climbing out of the pool when they're doing the X-Force walk away?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's still alive. I love that. I cannot stand when they kill villains, especially good ones. So I dug that for sure. Again, it was a really good time, and all they came out with another good product, and it's just I'm going to give the credit to Ryan Reynolds on this one.
Here's my question for you. It's a twofold question. Do you think this is going to beat out Infinity War in the next week or two? And also, do you think Solo has even a chance of beating this out next week?
No, and no. I don't feel like it's going to beat out Infinity War just because it's R-rated and that's that's a little harder to get the money because people are going to smartly not take their kids to see this, even though I say take the kids, fuck them. But
they're not going to not take their kids to this, dude. You're gonna have like
there was
10-year-olds hanging around.
Yeah, there was plenty of 6 and 7-year-olds running around with their folks in my theater.
Yeah,
so I was just like,
yeah, I mean, there's a few, but I feel like it's still not going to get the same play as Marvel.
Yeah. Marvel that movie's been building up for years too. So
right,
Yeah.
that's gonna keep it going.
So yeah, and as for Solo, definitely not. There's no way in hell. I'm not even calling Solo anymore. I'm calling it Lando the movie. Because that's all I really care about.
That's the only one. That's the only guy out there doing like advertisements for it. Everything I see. Like they did something before Deadpool. It was like Cribs with Lando on the Falcon. It was Donald Glover as Lando, just showing like, this is my cape room. This is my casual wear cape. Like Lando's who they're building all the marketing around, because I'm guessing, I don't know. It's a shame if that Alden Ehrenreich guy is a terrible Solo, but apparently he's okay.
Dead. You know, like,
yeah. You don't have faith in Therm Scissor Punch? I think he could take Deadpool. You don't know what Therm Scissor Punch is?
No, I missed that one.
Look up Therm Scissor Punch.
Therm, THURM, Scissor Punch?
Yeah, it exists. It's a thing that exists.
All right, I'm writing that down for future consumption.
Just to give you, it's a character that's apparently in Solo.
Okay, Scissor Punch.
Yeah, and when you with a name like Therm Scissor Punch, what's the first image that comes to mind for you?
Edward Scissorhands?
No. Therm Scissor Punch just sounds like a guy with scissors punching you in the crotch. To me. I mean, that's...
Cock knocker?
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I'll just spoil it for you now, and you guys see it. Therm Scissor Punch is a giant lobster.
oh,
All right.
He's a space lobster criminal, or apparently.
Does he
Evil Admiral Akbar.
Is he like a guild navigator in Dune? Did they just like cart him around in a giant glass
I
thing?
don't know. I think
That'd be kind of cool.
He's just one of those Star Wars background characters that is deserving of his own Wikipedia, apparently. Like, it's literally just it literally just looks like a Dalek from up to about here, and then the rest of it is lobster. Like straight up lobster.
All right.
That sounds dumb.
Yeah, that reminds me of the One Punch Man. Like, I think they would have been better served with the Crab Lante from One Punch Man, who is lobster from the top half, and then just man wearing underwear from the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he does wear underwear. Who knows? Maybe this was originally written by Lord and Miller, so maybe they were One Punch Man fans.
Here's hoping. I'm down.
And Ron Howard was just like, I don't give a fuck. Leave him in.
Yeah. Let's make him half a Dalek. He's fine.
Do you think it'd be easier to make him half a Dalek or to give him human legs?
Well, I mean, that depends how much CGI they're going to use.
Or if it's a prosthetic suit or a puppet.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if they're using CGI, the Dalek thing is the way to go, because you can just make that shit metal and shiny and it's fine. If it's a prosthetic suit, then you give him legs, because he's just going to cart around. You know,
I'm so glad I steered us into a 5-minute conversation about Therm Scissor Punch. I am so happy about that.
I'm just going on as long as I can here. You know,
I just love that.
Yeah, Dan didn't get to add much to the Deadpool 2 conversation.
No, I didn't. So, you know, I mean, man with Dalek legs, sure.
Well, no, Dan, here's the one thing. Since you haven't gone to see it yet,
yeah,
which aspect that we spoiled for you are you still most looking forward to seeing?
Everybody dying from X-Force.
Okay, cool.
Because that sounds like what was the one movie? Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Yeah. It sounds like that, and that was great.
Oh,
the kid with the wood chipper, so good.
Oh, dude, it's you're rooting for Pete the whole time. I freaking loved Peter as a character. Did he have Chris Pine's headshot?
Was that Chris Pine's headshot?
I thought it was, but I only saw it for half a second. So, so they're like, "Are we getting catfished here?"
There's a couple of visual things. Like maybe that makes sense because I think there was supposed to be this might just be rumor, but I think it was actually legit. Like they were in talks to have Chris Evans walk on as Johnny Storm.
That would have been so cool.
Like they were just gonna have him like just do a walk on cameo as Johnny Storm. I don't, whether or not they were actually gonna hold to that, probably not, because Disney's very like no. But the other thing too is the reason Vanisher is Brad Pitt for 2 seconds is because apparently Brad Pitt was in the running to play Cable, but he couldn't because of scheduling. But he still wanted to be in the movie somehow.
Yeah. No, that was good. I didn't even notice it was Brad Pitt until somebody had told me he was the Vanisher. I was like, oh, I guess I gotta go see it again.
For some reason, as soon as he shows up there, I'm like, is that Brad Pitt? Holy shit! Like for 2 seconds.
But it's like getting the shit electrocuted out of him, so it's like all this shit's going down. But Deadpool, 3 out of 3 geeks for me. Go tell your friends. Go watch the movie. It is definitely worth it. Solo's coming up. I'm going to see that on Thursday night.
Ooh.
And yeah, I'm not as enthused for that one as I was for this one.
I don't know. I've heard it's okay.
Right.
Like it's been getting really good reviews from what I've seen, but I don't know. I want to see again. It's Lando the movie for me. Yeah.
I'm just again, like it's a prequel, it's a pre-story, so I can't make myself care that much because what happens to everyone. So like any scene, like they show you Chewbacca hanging half out of the train, and you're just like, oh yeah, I bet he gets ripped in half right now.
Yeah.
Well, JJ might come back with episode 9 and just blow your mind with he's like, oh, you thought Harrison Ford was dead. Well, I just happen to have Cable's time slip thing here.
Yeah. Harrison Ford isn't dead, but Chewbacca died back in the prequel.
That would be a cool twist.
The twist is like the guy who Kylo Ren thought he killed was just some asshole, and Chewbacca is actually Han Solo in a Chewbacca outfit.
What was it? You were saying this either last week or a couple of weeks, or not last week, but a couple of weeks ago. You were saying like, wouldn't the fun twist be that the original Chewbacca actually does die in the Solo prequel, but then his like son or whoever takes over and becomes the new Chewbacca.
Twin brother Rubaka.
So that the Chewbacca we've been following since the first Star Wars movie, it's all been a lie.
Yep.
Like that'd be great.
If they pull that off, then I would be very surprised, and then that would make me like the movie a lot more.
I want to go back to the Han Solo, like not being Han Solo there. Like we get a whole flashback where he like gets stabbed and he's falling off the thing and he's like, "Who are you? Why am I even here?" That's what I want.
I don't know. This is taking me back to really shitty Smallville. Like they did that in Smallville where they brought in Jimmy Olsen for a couple of seasons, and then at one point Jimmy Olsen is killed, but then it's revealed, oh, he was actually the older brother to Jimmy Olsen and just called himself Jimmy because he didn't want to put his real name in a resume or something. I don't know. I'm like, that's so fucking stupid.
That is just an
why does your little brother work in the same place?
Yeah, well, it was all just a reason. It was all just a reason for it to be like, well, we can have Jimmy Olsen in the show, but now it's not weird that Jimmy Olsen was basically the same age as Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Like,
that's like, when you watch Gotham and they have the kid that's like the Joker, but he's not the Joker. And then he's
not. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you hear about that, Max? Gotham is going to go into its final season next year.
I'm just so surprised that
it has more.
Right. Yeah, I was like, how did they get a final season? How is the last season not the final season? Why are they making an announcement like, oh, hey, we're going to end it? I was like, I thought that they would just push that to the side quietly and just not mention it ever again. That's how I would have done it. But whatever.
I was scrolling through Facebook and somebody, I forget who, posted the whole Gotham next season thing and typed like, this is so good. And I was like, no.
It's not even worth it.
I'm not even going to type to that.
Yeah.
Were they let me ask you, were they someone who was happy that they got someone with white skin and a laugh on the show?
I don't remember.
Because I know a bunch of my friends who are, I guess, big nerds as well, they were like, oh my gosh, we're going to get the Joker. I'm like, he's not the Joker. And sure enough, a week later, the showrunners are like, yeah, he's not the Joker. Why are all so excited?
Yeah.
Thank you for being excited, though. You kept us on another season.
Somebody excited for our show. Yay.
I would have been more down for Gotham if, like, the whole time they were going up against the Weather Balloon Man.
I remember that episode.
He was the best character to come out of Gotham. And
his whole thing was he just walked around the street.
That was cool.
Yeah, because there's nothing you could do. Balloon. Yeah, you just handcuff to a balloon and there you go. Just straight up. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
but it wasn't even. He didn't even like kidnap anyone and then attach. Like he just walked up to people on the street and then handcuffed them to a weather balloon.
It's totally random. It's so good. Like it's the best character out of that whole thing.
Yeah, I kind of love that. I will admit. Thank you, Gotham, for that one character in that one episode very early on.
I mean, because I would have never even because that's something I never would have thought of. You know, like that's just a really awesome way to kill people.
The weather balloon man.
Oh God.
I mean, face it, like I would have been happy if they brought back the Eggman, you know, and just like CGI'd him in there.
The Eggman.
The old 66 series.
Oh, from Batman 60.
That was Vincent Price.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
They just bring him back for like the whole series. That would have been better than
Did they do a grisly egg? Did they do a grisly take on what's his name? Egghead.
Yeah. There you
That's
go.
What it was.
They should have brought back more villains from the 66 show. Like that would have been cool. Yeah. Because then you're not using any of the actual like Batman, you know, like Catwoman, the Mr. Freeze, the Dr. Freeze, and all that stuff.
Use the weird ones like Clock King.
Yeah,
or the Bookworm.
Bookworm, yeah.
Except the Gotham version of Bookworm would be he's got like multiple personalities that are from different characters in literature, and he goes around instead of like what was his gimmick on the original show? He just all his robberies or crimes are based around books, right?
Yeah.
In this one though, he goes around with like an arsenal of open books and just paper cuts you to death. So clearly he doesn't have an audible trial.
That's still better
he would have been the obligatory 50 Shades of Grey villain there that they actually had in Gotham because I had to watch that shit.
Oh, was that what's his name from Heroes who played that guy?
I don't even remember, and I don't want to.
I'm so glad Gotham's ending. It's at least we don't have to friggin'
not for another year.
But we know the end is nigh.
We know there is the breath of finality.
Apparently they're saying like, no, this final season you'll see that kid in the Batman costume, and I'm like,
oh God.
The key phrase being that kid in the Batman costume.
How old is that kid now? 14, 15?
No, he's probably like 17 at this point.
17? Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah.
But that's like he's so still clearly a kid.
Yeah.
It's gonna look stupid.
He didn't fill out as Bruce Wayne.
He's going to look stupid like he doesn't already.
Is he wearing a suit on the show?
I have no idea.
Yeah, nobody's watched the show.
I was like, wait a minute. I don't mind if it's just him as the kid, but it's like, is he actually wearing like a mask and shit right now? I'm like, that's dumb.
If that kid is fighting crime, then it's just
yeah. I don't like that kid at all.
Halt, criminals!
Yeah. Oh God!
I am vengeance.
I might be able to watch it, like just to kind of see like what they did, but
that would be kind of interesting. Be like, I'm gonna tune into the last season of Gotham just to see how off the rails it got.
That's true too. I might give it at least. I might watch the season opener to see if I can stomach it.
You owe it that much.
I just want to see it done. You know, I was there in the beginning. I gave it a shot. It was terrible. And
Fishbowl face.
What?
fishbowl face in the first episode, that weird camera thing when he's running.
Yeah.
That was the
right.
best part of all of Gotham, and it's in the first damn episode.
Weather Blue Man.
From what I gather,
Oh,
Jim Gordon's killed a shit ton of people in this show already.
Oh,
so I'm
good.
like, what's going to make him a good commissioner? He has killed a lot of people in questionable motives.
That's what makes him a good commissioner.
They were bad people.
It is the Gotham Police Force, by the way.
They're gonna do the Han Solo switcheroo with him. It'll be like, oh no, that was actually Frank Gordon.
That's
Frank
Tim Gordon.
Tim Gordon. Here's the real James Gordon. Just to pick up where my cousin left off.
Yeah.
In his honor, I will carry on his.
Oh God.
Yeah. So.
And sadly, I could see them doing that too.
Yeah,
so,
I can see them doing that too.
Why not? Why not?
I mean, I could explain why not, but it would take longer than you would really want me to.
All right. I think that's gonna do it for us. Unless you guys got anything else. Any?
I could talk all night about Gotham.
I mean, okay, fine. We'll go into why not. Just make me do this. Why don't you?
No, Dan, we're not going to subject you or the internet to all that. All right.
It's self-explanatory, people.
I'm trying to think, like, has there been any big comic? Wolverine's coming back to comics. Whoopty.
Did he leave comics?
He was dead for a while.
But then they had like Old Man Logan. Then they brought that guy back, but
now this is the real Wolverine.
Okay,
back apparently.
So awesome!
Yay!
So you never technically left.
Yeah.
So yeah, like X-23 was Wolverine for a while there, right?
Yeah.
She might still be. Like, it's one of those things where it's like he's around, but he's not quite Wolverine, but she's still carrying on Wolverine.
Cool. I mean, I like X-23. I like that character. So.
Oh, one last Deadpool. Did you notice they used Logan music during Deadpool's?
Nice.
No,
Deadpool's death scene. It was the exact same music as when he and Laura are doing like the whole "Don't be what they made you" type thing.
Yeah. So in the foreshadowing of all foreshadowings, they do say like, "Oh man, Wolverine. Like I made a rated R." Comic book movie. So then Wolverine went and stole my thunder because they kill Wolverine at the end of it. So I'm gonna have to top that. He says,
"Clearly, I have to die."
Yeah. So they do go back through that, and they do kill Deadpool at the end of it. Yeah.
Oh, one last comic thing, at least for me.
Yeah.
They started a comics run of The Prisoner, which is one of my favorite TV shows from like the old 60s. Yeah. It's even give me 1 second.
Dynamite or
IDW maybe or Dynamite. Yeah.
Maybe.
So it's in response to he's gone.
Yep. You're talking to nobody.
I was like is it like a comic book continuation of the original, or is it like, I know they did a remake a while back and shit like that, so.
And I'm back. Titan comics.
Titan. Oh, okay. They do the Doctor Who stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went in on Free Comic Book Day, and that was sitting on the shelf, and I was like, "Hell's yeah!" It's even got the Patrick McGowan cover.
So it's going to be a continuation of the original show, because I know they remade it.
Yeah, that didn't last very long.
Well, the remake was like a limited. It wasn't supposed to be. It was like a limited series or something. So,
but so far it's the first issue. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
All right. Check out The Prisoner from Titan Comics.
TV shows need to come back as comic books.
Yeah.
Like Gotham, I think Gotham would make a good comic book.
Actually,
they should call it Batman.
They did that. They did what the hell was it? It was like just like Gotham City or something. It was a limited run.
GCPD, yeah, it was about the actual police force and not about all the stupid shit they do on the show.
Yeah.
There was a different one though. It wasn't that one. It was just like a slice of life in Gotham, and it was like 6 issues.
Huh.
It was actually kind of cool. I've got that somewhere.
That'd be kind of cool. I dug books like Astro City when that was a regular thing. So
Yeah,
And that's
like
kind of
you would-
like, take a look at this city that's just happens to have superheroes in it.
Yeah, like you would see like Batman on the fringes, but it was never like about Batman. It was just about like random people wandering around.
Yeah, I
Kinda
mean, that's what I really liked about like the Killing. Is it the Killing Joke? No, friggin'
Gotham by Gaslight?
Yeah,
The movie?
That was not about Batman.
No, the Joker is what I was thinking of. By Brian Azzarello, and
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
where like Batman is only in like 7 panels of that whole comic book.
Yeah. He only
and,
says like one thing.
Yeah,
Hello.
and like the Arkham Assaults on Arkham cartoon. Like Batman isn't the main focus of that. He's just kind of on the periphery, and that's really cool when they do stuff like that, because you find out like why people are so afraid of Batman. Because like at any point in time, you can just show up and just screw everything up for you.
Even if you're like a regular citizen, you're just making like mac and cheese or something. Batman shows up, like, oh, god damn it!
Crashes through, slaps your pot on the ground,
Make some real food. Then he leaves.
There's a boil alert.
Damn, that's hot. Goodbye.
Oh man, yeah, just punches through your microwave and takes off.
Take your mac and cheese. Get it back my lunch today.
But I'm actually going to start reading the Dark Knight Master Race by Frank Miller here. Just procured a copy of that.
Wait.
Is that the trade paperback?
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
full. So there might be a chat cave coming your way.
Yeah.
I still need to watch Ninja.
That's right. I've already read all. I had it on pull when it was out. So.
When it's coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta get into that Batman.
I will. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I'll just say it's better than Strikes Again.
Yeah, but that's not saying anything.
I know, but it is better than Strikes Again.
Okay, yeah, no, I'd heard that from a few people. I just I can't. I tried to have like a monthly pull, and I hate single monthly issues. It's just like not enough. Like I can't stand the feeling of I need to wait for this next one to come out. So I'm gonna give
that one was actually really agonizing because they took like a couple of months off of releasing like the last couple of issues, and it was
nice.
I was like, I completely forgot it was on my pull until one day I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, this is still going.
Let me go read the last one because I have no idea what's going on right now.
I completely forgot what happened.
No, like I have a monthly pull, but I just let them sit for a while until they get like yay high, and then I'm like, all right, time to read that.
Yeah. Like that usually happens, especially with the limited or the maxi series. Like Dark Knight's Metal was the same thing. They took a month or two off of the regular Dark Knight's Metal, and I'm like, oh yeah, issue 6, right?
Yeah, I have 3 comics that I will read as soon as I get them. The rest can wait.
I think I have a Judge Dredd trade paperback in my cubby that I haven't seen. And I'm like, I need to go pick that up probably.
That is always nice.
Judge Dredd. Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm kind of lacking.
I've gotten into the. If anything, here's some more comic stuff. Let's just keep this chat going.
I was about to end it, but we
the 2000 here. If you can get your hands on some trade paperbacks of 2000 AD, like their stuff's really good. Like I've been reading a lot of the Garth Ennis Dread run. I've been reading a lot of Zenith by Grant Morrison.
Nice. That's
pretty cool. So
I was gonna say, Max, if you can pick up the Judge Dredd case file ones, those are all the 2000 ADs, but they're all just the Judge Dredds.
Okay.
Those were really cool, I thought, because they're all the old black and whites.
I just recently got Comixology, so I think I'm gonna. I don't know if you can get them on there, but I'll look them up.
I think you still have to pay for them. Because I think that's one of the first things I looked up when I had it. I was like,
And since we're on 2000 AD talk, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but there's an awesome if you have Amazon Prime, there's an awesome documentary on Amazon Prime called Future Shock, the 2000 AD story. Nice. It interviews like Grant Morrison. It interviews, doesn't interview Alan Moore, but Dave Gibbons. Neil Gaiman's on there, a bunch of people who used to, from other comics and so forth, they used to work for 2000 AD before they got big on like Vertigo and DC stuff. Yeah. And like, it's fun to hear them talk about like the early days of 2000 AD where it was They just wanted to upset everybody. Everybody in Britain, anyways. So,
yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I mean, I didn't even know Alan Moore wrote on it. So like, that's
kind of where DC noticed him. They were like, "Hey, we like what this Alan Moore guy's doing. We'll just bring him over to do some Swamp Thing."
Yeah, totally. I'm 100% down. What if Alan Moore was writing the new Swamp Thing show that they're putting on the DC?
It's a stretch, but yeah.
Hopefully they just rip off all of his stuff, just word for word. That's. I mean, DC owns that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I just want him to.
Oh yeah, it's never been like, oh, we got to fight for the rights to his stuff. It's more like, we got his stuff, we can do whatever we want, and he's just like, you guys are ruining my stuff. I just don't care anymore.
I am somewhat angered, but Comic-Con. Now you just made me realize how I miss Vertigo, Mike.
Dude, Vertigo still, I mean,
yeah, but
it's still got some good stuff, but like, yeah, the regular series, like I remember the Invisibles and Sandman, like.
Yeah, Sandman and Constantine were my thing on Vertigo, and when it left,
I just I know it's not Vertigo, but I just recently read the Exo Manowar. I think it's their like second run.
Okay.
I started reading it before when they first brought it back, and that was pretty much just a rehashing of the story they told before. So this is kind of like a new like journey they're taking him on, and I'm digging it. So I picked up the trades on those. I didn't pick them up; they were just kind of fell into my lap. But I'm digging it, and it's like the artist is still very good, and the story is kind of plain, but it's really all you want from Exo Manowar. So he's just a Visigoth trying to stand in front of a lady trying to bare his soul.
Yeah, like I read the first run, like when it first came out, and that was really cool. So
what wasn't Valiant supposed to start making like some movie? What's his name? JDF, wasn't he supposed to be like
Bloodshot?
Bloodsport? I don't know.
Bloodsport, like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah,
Bloodsport.
No, it's Bloodshot. But yeah, I haven't heard anything. They put out a little trailer a while ago, I think like last year sometime, and I haven't heard anything since then.
Was it actually him in the full Bloodshot?
Yes. Yeah.
Was it because he accidentally said it's morphin time at one point? They're like, God!
It's morphin time, and the stuff starts coming off. You're like, God, sir, not again.
Sir, JDF is a fucking professional, and I am offended that you would even suggest that he was not 100% all the time.
I told you, in the Power Rangers movie, he acted the hell out of looking up at a giant robot.
All right?
He was like,
you just calm yourself down. Me and the Green Ranger here, we're going to have to come over there and whoop your ass.
He's going to be at Comic-Con, right?
Probably. I'm hoping.
Unless he cancels again.
Yeah, he canceled last year because he was.
He's not afraid to become because it's not safe.
Yeah.
I mean,
thanks, Aquaman.
Someone comes at you, comes into the con with a gun saying they want to kill you, and all of a sudden, nothing's safe.
Really? I mean,
no one even got shot that time.
Jeez.
All right, before we get too political,
that's not political, man. That's just asshole-ish. That's all that is.
So Philip is here with us in spirit.
Hey.
Oh, speaking, I forgot. Like, do you have any video game news? I'm sorry, I just want to keep this. I'm like Kevin Smith. I don't want this to end.
Video game news. I've only been playing Overwatch, and their new events coming the 22nd. So there's that going. New games. Red Dead. I'm still waiting on, and the game I'm waiting on for next year.
I was actually just curious. I know I should probably just do this off the broadcast, but fuck it.
Whatever.
I saw that there's this game coming out in like a couple of weeks. Vampire. Have you guys heard anything? Have you heard anything good about that, or is it?
I've heard some of the press release stuff that says it's good. I haven't heard anody who's had hands-on on it.
Yeah, talk to everyone who bought No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds cool, but it makes me think of Vampire Rain, which was awful. So I don't know. I would wait until you hear something.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Segue.
I really want it to be good. It looks pretty, but
when was the new Castlevania supposed to drop on Netflix? Has that happened yet?
No, summer.
Okay.
Summer.
Dan's really upset about that.
Yes, I am, and you don't want to hear it again. So summer.
All right, it's like, that was a few months ago. I thought that they dropped a little teaser.
Apparently, Vincent D'Onofrio, speaking of Netflix, tweeted out
Psycho.
No, he Jesus
again.
We've got though.
He tweeted out that he just finished his scenes for season 3 of Daredevil.
Shit! Oh, that's cool.
All right.
So, there's that.
See, now you made Vincent D'Onofrio cool again after I brought him down with Psycho. So
Yeah,
because his Kingpin is freaking awesome.
he was fine in Psycho. Vince Vaughn was.
Oh, you're right. Shit.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was
Psycho?
I can
wait a minute. He's not. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was thinking of The Cell.
Yeah. There you go. Okay.
That was like Psycho. Do you think you mean The Cell? Vince Vaughn was in that too. It's like,
oh Jesus. I just can't differentiate them. Apparently, it's like Margot Kidder and what's her face?
Carrie Fisher.
Margot Kidder.
And the other one who's also Margot Kidder.
Now we're full circle. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Well, okay, I'm gonna end it on this, unless we've got any more flare-ups of awesomeness. Okay, yeah. Check out audible.com. Go to www.audibletrial.com/3geeks. Get your free audiobook and lend us a hand. We will have all of our Patreon, TeePublic links below. So if you want to help us out with the podcast, we really appreciate you. There's a bunch of good.
If you want us to show up on your podcast,
yeah, we'll do that.
I don't know why you would want that, but
because we're fucking awesome.
Check out the PVD cast. They just he just put up a rebroadcast of the Remake Revolution that Max and Jason were on with Brian and John.
Yep.
Regarding Remake, and that could be a nice primer for you for Columbus.
I am ready for this rematch. It is. I am more than upset. I still feel like my movie is the better movie, and we're gonna have the. I don't even know what the title or the topic movie is gonna be.
Like I said, I have some ideas. I'll send them your way.
So all right. So yeah, I'm excited. I feel like they got lucky. That was like my first real loss on Remake Revolution, so I've not handled it well. And anyone who's seen me lose a Mario Kart knows I'm not a very good sport about
it. Here, take a picture with the kid who beat you, Max.
Yeah,
fuck that kid.
But yeah, so no, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Definitely check out John on the PVD cast. And check out the comic book Staunch Ambition with Brian Lau. Just doing a lot of good work there. I'm actually looking at the cover of their the one. I think they just dropped one, so this will be the second out of 3. But it's all
beautiful comic book.
And yeah, so we've got that going. Shout out to Arc Matter again. Arc Matter, we love you, dude. Always doing it up. Is there anything else we got?
Nope, you got TeePublic. You got okay, we're good.
All right, cool. Mike, Dan, thanks for coming on again, and we'll catch you guys next time. Recycle your droids.